Rose family, it's your girl Serenity Rose, and we're back with another video. And as you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a little update about life and my daughter and where we currently are. And yeah, if you want to see this little update, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I got some fishies here because I'm super hungry and I haven't eaten nothing all day. Honestly, my appetite has been crap lately, and so good. So let's begin with the update now that I had my fish snack. Currently I'm filming this on the 21st, so it's October 21st 2020. I gave birth to my daughter cesarean, which is a C-section, which is where they cut you and they take the baby out like that. You're not pushing her out vaginally or him out vaginally. In my case, her, so I will be saying her in the video, but I gave birth to her on the 6th, and it was a very rough situation. This is my second C-section, which means this is my second child. I do have a 2-year-old son. You guys probably seen him in a clean with me vlog that I will leave up here. Yeah, my son Blake is healthy and well. So yeah, this is my second C-section, and everyone says that the second one is a lot more painful, and I will agree. I don't know if it's because I had more complications, like I had a lot of fluid. She was over 10 pounds. She was 11 pounds 3 ounces, I believe. So I don't know if that was why it was so rough, but my boyfriend was in the room with me and he watched the whole situation, like the whole surgery, and he said they literally had to like pull her out of me. And I did have a lot of fluid as well, which I don't know what they were doing, but it felt like they were trying to pop my heart. Like there was so much pressure. Like they do numb you from like the belly area down, but I felt the pressure and it hurt after like hell. It hurt during the surgery too. Like I was crying. But yeah, that part was rough. But as far as recovery, it is about 2 weeks and a day now since my C-section. And I'm walking around fine. I'm not driving still. I don't really walk long distances, but I do walk quite a bit in my house back and forth. You know, I'm able to get up on my own now and take a shower and get into the shower and out on my own. I'm almost done with all my meds as far as the C-section meds go. So now for Rena, that is how I'm doing. But as far as my daughter Rena goes, she is still in Albany Med in the NICU, and she's doing a lot better. They don't have the oxygen mask on her anymore, and they took her IV out, so that is good. So all she has now is a feeding tube. All she has now is a feeding tube that goes in her nose. The only thing that's keeping her right now in the NICU is her feeding. They want her to eat 76 milliliters of milk, or you know, a formula, before they send her home for 24 hours. So she's been like fluctuating between 30 and high 60s. Really, when I go visit her, I'm like the only person that gets over 60, which I don't understand why. Everyone else can't get over like 40 or 50, but there is progress. So the feeding tube is there, so when she doesn't drink all the 76, they will put the rest in a syringe and feed her through the feeding tube. So my thoughts on this process, or you know, her being in the NICU still, I'm gonna try not to cry because I have to leave and my makeup is done. But I am currently on antidepressants. I think postpartum hit me a lot harder because I didn't get to hold her when I gave birth to her. I didn't even get to see her. And then when I did see her the first day, which was the day I gave birth to her on October 6th. I just got to hold her hand. I didn't get to physically hold her in my arms. So I think that definitely pushed me into postpartum depression super quicker, and now I feel like it is just getting worse because I just want to bring my daughter home, and I want her to be around me and my family. Like, it's almost a 30-minute drive, depending on traffic, to like an hour drive to get to Albany, and it's really frustrating because in the NICU, only one parent is allowed to be bedside with the baby. So that means either me or my boyfriend has to wait in the car in a parking garage, which is super frustrating on its own. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. Like, I feel so separated from not only my daughter but from everyone else. So what I mean by that is, yeah, when I go visit my daughter, I'm with my daughter, but I'm being separated from my boyfriend and my son. Okay? So when I come home and I'm with my son and my boyfriend, I'm so far away from my newborn daughter, and I can almost barely sleep. I've been going to sleep around 2 or 3 in the morning. My boyfriend does game and he goes to sleep late, but that has nothing to do with why I go to sleep late. Like, I have no desire to sleep or to eat. Like, I really just want to be next to my daughter 24/7 until she comes home. So yesterday I didn't go see her because we kind of woke up late. It is really draining going back and forth between Albany and where I live, which is Amsterdam. And then today we couldn't go because my mom, which is the person that stays with my son when me and my boyfriend go see my daughter, she had a training to do for a job that she's getting or something. And then my son has a haircut at 6, and she wouldn't get out of her training for an hour or two, which it would be around 1 or 2 by the time we go, and his haircut is at 6, so it just wouldn't make sense for us to drive the distance just to go and come right back. So we didn't go today. So what I think I'm gonna do is, because I'm the only person that seems to get her close enough to her feeding, the last time I fed her, I got her to 72, and the nurse that was on shift said she would count that as a full bottle because it's just 4 ounces, which is less than a teaspoon. So she said she would count it as a full bottle. So if I could get my daughter to 72, I feel like I could definitely get her to 76. Maybe it's just I have a mother's touch and she knows that I'm feeding her and she's willing to eat. But if I can go and stay the full 24 hours, which is 8 feedings, I have to get her to eat 76 milliliters of food, then I will do that just to bring my daughter home, because we are at 2 weeks and a day and she's still not home with her family, who everyone in my family and my boyfriend's family is dying to meet her, but mainly I want her home with me, my son, and my boyfriend, because that is where she should be. So I'm gonna stay the full 24 hours and try to get her to eat the amount that she needs to eat. And after her 8th feeding, I am literally gonna say discharge my daughter now. She ate. I made sure to ask her doctors, like, what is it that is keeping her here? And they all said, all doctors, all nurses, they all confirmed that the only thing that's keeping her there is her feeding. So once she's done, you know, feeding for 24 hours to 76 milliliters of formula, she is free to go home. So if I can get her to eat all her food, and once I'm done with the last feeding, I really want to be discharged, because this whole process is ridiculous. I understand that in the NICU there's only one parent allowed at the bedside, but with a C-section, I think my boyfriend should have been allowed in the room because he is the father, obviously. And with a C-section, I'm not allowed to lift anything more than the baby's weight. And you know, with my diabetes, my sugar has dropped 2 or 3 times already when I've gone to visit her, and if he was allowed in the room, he could have possibly prevented that, gotten me something to eat, given me my medication or something. I believe that in certain circumstances there should be an exception made for both parents to be in the room. I did ask the nurse again a few days ago because my sugar was dropping and I was getting shaky, if there was any way, and she's like, there are babies that are in such critical condition that they're about to, you know, I don't want to say it, but you know, very, very critical condition, like life or death, and still only one parent is allowed in the room. And when she told me that, I was like, wow, that's ridiculous, and I would never want to be in that situation. God bless anyone who is in that situation, but I think that's ridiculous. If my baby is in a life or death situation, if I have to get a lawyer or flip the freak out, I will, because that is ridiculous. I believe that both parents should be there, especially if it's that severe. But you know, it is what it is for right now. You know, nothing severe or critical is going on with my daughter. God bless and God forbid. She is progressing just at her own pace. But again, I'm going to try to stay the 24 hours tomorrow. So I'm going to have my boyfriend bring me quite early, probably around 8 or 11, because those are some feeding times for her. They feed her every 3 hours. So that's where I got the 8 feedings from. 24 hours. Divided by 8 or divided by 3 is 8. 8, 16, 24. So 8 feedings in 24 hours. So yeah, that is my plan. And I'm pretty sure when I go for my checkup, which I haven't gone for yet because there's so much going on in my life right now, they're probably gonna up my dosage for my depressants if my daughter is not home by then, which is on the 27th. So again, fingers crossed that she is home by Friday, because today is Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, which is the day I'm gonna stay overnight and try to get her to eat her food, because apparently I'm the only one that can get her close enough. There is one other nurse that does get her close, and I'm not really sure why the other nurses are having such a hard time feeding my daughter. The majority of them only get to 30 milliliters, which I feel like, are they really even trying? Like, I'm not there, I don't know. It is really, really difficult to be so far away from my daughter, and I think this is giving me separation anxiety. I already have natural anxiety, but that's just great. So I'm trying to maintain my composure and keep everything cool, calm, and collective. But yeah, I'm getting super frustrated. So is my boyfriend. It's ridiculous, and we're both at that point where it's like, leave us alone, we just want our kid. So yeah, and on top of that, I know everyone in both of our families are anxious to meet her, and I completely understand. Like, is a new baby, there's a new grandchild and a new cousin and a new, you know, sister and all of that, you know, a sister for my son, but he doesn't really know. Yeah, I mean, he has an idea, but he doesn't really know. But everyone else in the family is literally asking us every day, oh, how is Raina doing? How's she doing today? How's the baby doing? And I personally have all the patience in the world. My boyfriend, on the other hand, does not. And I don't mind updating them, but I feel like they should know, like, they're anxious. They should be like, oh, I can only imagine the parents, you know? We want her home as bad as anyone. So constantly updating people is not a problem. It's more or less of, I constantly am being reminded that I don't have my daughter, which is frustrating and kind of depressing more than anything. Again, I don't mind updating anybody. I have all the patience in the world, but as far as my mental as far as my mental health goes, it is quite destructive to constantly be like, oh, you know, she's still not eating, she still hasn't ate her given amount for the 24 hours, and she's still not home, and I don't know, it's just so frustrating. I don't understand how people can be away from their kids for such a long time. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some pictures up here of her. I do take pictures of her when I go. I feel like when I'm there, nothing else in the world matters. Like, so that is everything for the update. I don't even know what to say anymore at this point. That is everything for the update. She's, you know, progressing just slowly. I'm trying to take care of myself and keep everything together at home. You know, I can't, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have my moments where I do let it out. It's only natural. And hopefully she's home soon. I think she's gonna be home real soon, and I gotta be optimistic with that because that is the only thing that's keeping me going. I have a lot of hope that she's gonna be home quite soon. So yeah, I will see you guys in the outro. So that brings this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a thumbs up, comment down below, you know, anything you want. Please try to keep it positive because this is a very sensitive subject for me, especially with my mental health and the state it's in right now. So yeah, positive vibes only, and anything negative will just get deleted and ignored. So yeah, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Rose family, and I hope you guys are staying safe, staying blessed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.